Welcome to Wolfpack Podcast, everyone.
Wow.
Wasn't that good?
That was great.
I'm very calm now. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's do it.
Welcome, Wolfpack Podcast. Zach.
Matt.
Episode 30.
Yes.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Description.
Patreon. Give us money. Description.
Highlight channel. Description. Subscribe.
Timestamps. Every week. Description.
Wolfpack Movie Club homework. Found by Margaret Haddix.
It's a book this time. In the description.
On to episode.
Here we go.
See ya. Matthew, how are you doing, man?
Ooh, hey there, Zach. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine and dandy, dude.
Very good. Well, here we are on episode 30 of the Wolfpack Podcast. Thank you all for coming and listening. Here we are with the episode 30.
Wow.
Here we are.
We were
Jeez
very
Louise.
minimalist today.
Yes, we were.
We cut it down to the bare minimum.
Yeah, I mean, people need they just need the important stuff.
Yeah, we just need to give them the important stuff. So we gave it to them.
They've heard it all before.
Yeah.
Now they can just get like the bite-sized versions of it.
Literally,
it's fine.
It'd be like if we just did the podcast like this. This is episode 28. So, Matthew, what do we have to talk about today?
Well, Zach, first of all, we always like to talk about what we've been watching lately, or doing lately, or anything lately.
Yeah, we just.
So what's new? It's basically just what's new.
What's new? Let's just rename it that.
Screw it.
Screw.
What have you been doing lately? Cross it out.
Boom.
New topic. What's new?
What's new? That's a good name.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
hey,
a good
hey,
idea.
Bro. Hey. Ooh.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
So Zach, what is new with you, sir?
Punk Zach is in the building.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Drop the mic and walk away.
Drop the mic.
Punk Zach is in the building.
Pump Zach.
So now explain to me, what is Punk Zach?
Punk Zach doesn't believe anyone.
Okay. So this is the anarchist Zach.
This is anarchy. There's anarchy
this
within
is just
me.
Anarchy.
This right here is anarchy.
Anarchy. Now, what is setting you off here today?
Just the news.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is lots of sad stuff in the news.
Yeah.
Which is no joke.
No, it's no joke. No funny business. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about movies. Everyone's favorite thing. Let's distract ourselves with movie news and movies, okay?
So I mean, what's new in movies?
Yes, let's talk about movies. Our favorite thing in the whole wide world.
We love movies.
Movie news and movies. I'm a nerd. Are you a nerd?
Man, I wouldn't even consider myself a nerd. I think I'd just say I'm a geek. Listen, I like comic books. I like superheroes. I like things that maybe you don't like, Zach.
Hey, I'm a nerd too, man. I don't know. It's just a little. I don't like to talk about it too much because it's not cool to be a nerd.
No, it's not cool anymore.
No, it's not cool.
It's just not cool.
No, it's not cool. I don't like being a nerd. Nobody's nerds around here. It's not cool to like superhero movies. It's not popular at all. It's not popular to like Star Wars either.
No one likes Star Wars or Star Trek or superheroes.
You're unique for liking Star Wars and superhero movies.
That's what I like to think. I like to think, man, if only there were more like me out there who are vocal and like just had platforms to talk about nerdiness and being nerdy, being a geek.
If only there were like YouTube channels talking about movie news and nerd stuff.
Yeah, like if only superhero movies could get the marketing and the money that they deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like get out there, become the biggest thing out there right now.
No,
Gosh,
exactly.
What I would give.
And what I would give for there to be great content out there for people to talk about what they love and are suppressed in real life to talk about movie news.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And with that being said, I think our prayers have been answered.
Yes, with us. We are revolutionary because we have a podcast that talks about movie news, and specifically a lot of superhero and Star Wars news, because that's the most popular thing. Oops, didn't mean that. It's the most lamest thing right now, and I need to talk about what I like. what I like. What no one else likes is Star Wars and superhero news. I like.
We have a million stories to get into. There's so many things.
Sunday. Hopefully you guys have seen Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is my Star Wars The Last Jedi spoiler talk. There are some spoilers in here. Don't watch this unless you think. I know there's no Star Wars characters today. I reserve the right to say this.
You like it.
I like it.
And I like it. And we also like a new show that we just both started watching recently called The Boys.
That was a good segue, man.
That is a good show.
That's
and a good segue.
segue.
Pretty good segue, too.
The segue was almost as good as the show.
That is a strong compliment, so I'll take that. Because, listen, guys, if you haven't heard about it, Amazon Prime just came out with a new show called The Boys. And, I mean, let's just give you a quick rundown of what this show is. So,
let's do it in the minimalist way.
In the minimalist way, superheroes controlled by government. Normal guy loses girlfriend, wants to get back at superheroes and government. That's your show. Now, listen.
That wasn't very minimal. That was a lot of words. Break it down to be more minimal.
More minimal?
More minimal.
Superheroes, bad. Normal people, good.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, right? Not too bad.
I'm sold.
So, yeah. So, I mean, this show is really damn good.
It is really good. I watched the first episode.
I think it's like, I don't know how huge it is right now, but
it's very huge.
Yeah, like it's like becoming the big thing.
Yeah, people love this show
For sure.
So actually, no, it's not very huge. It's not popular at all. We're unique for liking it.
Right. I mean, like, listen, I don't know how anyone else feels out there about this, but
yes.
Like superheroes, I love them, and you know, I like to see a gritty superhero show. I mean, what the heck?
Add some variety to it,
Like,
because
this is exactly what I want.
I have a unique perspective on superhero stuff, and I think it's good to have variety in it.
Right. Like a superhero show with people I don't even recognize. Man, they must be real nerds.
Without the money that the real superhero movies get.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, wow. This is just creativity at its best.
This is awesome.
So The Boys.
Yes, The Boys is actually really good.
So I am 7 episodes into the 8-episode season so far. And goddamn, Zach, this show is good. This show is so good. And like all characters aside, like all of our facades with this whole geek thing aside, like this is great like counter programming to normal superhero stuff right now.
This is the real feelings about this show. We're not being silly.
Like, for real, this is like a really cool show. And it's giving you a different flavor that we're not getting anywhere else right now.
Yes.
So you have watched the pilot.
Yes. I watched the pilot literally 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So you... That's a damn lie.
What do you mean? I did watch it like an hour ago.
Yeah. You watched it about an hour ago. And so tell me your thoughts on the show so far by just the pilot.
I loved it. Good. It was very, very good. I think it's one of the best things I've seen in a damn long time.
So
I really think it's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan had a kid. Oh my gosh!
Headlines.
And he's the lead guy in this show, Jack Quaid. What do you think of Jack Quaid? He's pretty good, huh?
He's kind of like an evil version of the son between Michael Shannon and I forget what my joke was going to be.
Rainn Wilson?
No. It was going to be Michael Let me look at him again and stare to see what I feel.
He resembles Michael Shannon. He resembles Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute from The Office. He resembles, I don't know, he definitely has Meg Ryan's mouth. He definitely looks like his parents, but it's an interesting mix between the two. So, Jack Quaid, you're an interesting looking fella, but I like you, and you're good in this show. What do you think, Zach, looking at him?
He
like, from my angle right now, that picture of him kind of looks like Alden Ehrenreich.
That's the thing.
Like, it's like kind of like that Han Solo.
Who does he look like? When I was watching the show, I got a real clear idea of who he looks like. It's like Michael Shannon and someone else's love child.
Maybe Dennis Quaid, his true father.
Oh, I remember. It was Michael Shannon and Andrew Garfield's love child.
Oh, okay.
It's like Andrew Garfield, like hair and stature and body mixed with Michael Shannon's intensity.
I see what you're saying.
So,
yeah.
Do you see it? Leave a vote down in the comments.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
I mean, this guy's pretty good.
He is very good.
Jack Quaid's good.
I was very surprised. Because the thing that I like about the show is that I thought it was gonna be like CW bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It ends up not being CW bullshit. So when you see like Jack Quaid come on screen the first time along with his like girlfriend, you're like, oh no, what is this show gonna be? You're like, what is this just gonna be like The Flash or Arrow or anything like that? And then literally 5 minutes later, the girlfriend gets like ran over by the Flash, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's insane. And the way they do it, where like it slows down and shit, like it's insane. Like the writing of the show is so good, but also the directing's also really good. It was directed by the guy who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, that's interesting.
At least the pilot. I don't know about the rest, but at least the pilot was Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah, it's like it switches around like almost every episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like different directors each time.
Yeah.
For the most part, maybe some people return, but it's for the most part it's like 8 different people.
Yeah.
I'm always seeing different names at the end. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, the writing of the show is some of the best writing I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Because the characters instantly get you.
Mm-hmm.
They instantly get you. Like within 5 minutes of Jack Quaid, I wanted to see what his entire journey was.
Yeah.
With like the girlfriend being ran over, because that's like the hook of the show, is that it's about these superheroes who are like egotistical fucks and are really like horrible people, and you don't believe a thing that they do, but the media portrays them to be like these gods, but they're actually horrible people. And Jack Quaid plays the main character whose girlfriend gets ran over by one of them, and that sets him on like a revenge path with Carl Urban, who plays kind of like I don't know what his character is now, but it seems like he's like the badass.
Yeah, he's definitely the badass like leader of the boys. That's like the group of these guys who come together to try to take down the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's just like he's that cool guy with the British accent and the beard, and he wears his trench coat, and he's just like he's exactly what he looks like.
Yes, and he looks so badass.
He looks really cool.
I thought by the title and the poster and the first 5 minutes, this show was gonna be garbage.
Yep.
Because I thought the show was gonna be like, do you remember that show that was on Fox about like the cleanup crew superheroes? That was like DC, where it was like they cleaned up after superheroes.
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
I thought it was gonna be like a New Girl like Fox show, like with superheroes called The Boys, where it's like a bunch of drunk superheroes that like just flown around. It's like subverting superheroes because they're drunk, bumbling idiots, but they're also superheroes. No. It's like this like hardcore revenge thriller, like drama, and it's really good with like some good comedy thrown in. But honestly, I wasn't laughing too much.
Yeah, there's definitely like
maybe later on they get funny, but
it gets funny.
But yeah, it's like the revenge thriller aspect and the characters in it are so good.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed the first episode. Now, what do you think? You've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, I've seen like almost the entire first season now, and I can easily say like it's a pretty damn good season.
Yeah.
Like consistently, this show is tight. It's 8 episodes, which we've talked about is like the sweet spot for a season of a TV show, depending on the story you're telling. But most of the time, 8 hours, like these are 1 hour episodes, 8 episodes, and oh my gosh, it's a perfect length. You're completely dialed in.
Yeah.
It gives enough time to develop everyone without giving too much time to start to linger. Like there's so much, like there's great setups for just like character, and just you have that time to go into like a side character's like monologue that develops who they were,
which you don't normally get with like superhero stuff now, especially with like how short. No, they're not that short, but you don't really get like deep into like the side character superhero movies. It's like you get the main character and like some bumbling idiot side characters.
Yeah, well, this just opens up a lane for like a different kind of superhero story.
Yeah.
Because superhero movies are so prevalent now, like you have that kind of story being told where you kind of do have that superhero formula of like you kind of need the origin movie, and then you need like just like the one adventure that like takes place within 2 hours. But in this show, you get to really like learn who everyone is and get more of a feeling of the world. And it's no like shot at superhero movies, but it's just a good way to present this kind of story in 8 hours.
I never got that was another thing I liked about it, is that I didn't get the feeling that they were like hating superhero stuff. If anything, they're just adding another side to it, like to the superhero craze right now and everything. I didn't get the feeling that they were like making fun of it or anything. They just use the ideas of superhero things and like poke another side to it, like poke holes in it and put another side to it.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's satirical.
Yeah,
just and not even just satire based on superhero movies, but just the world right now, which is really cool. Like that's part of why the show is so good.
Yeah,
is that like it's talking about things that are relevant without being that CW show, like without being so safe about it.
Oh yeah, because they go hard.
Yeah.
Like they go far.
No,
like especially in the first episode, they go far with what they do. Like they don't hold back at all.
No,
and it's really cool.
And you're gonna see even in the next episode that you see, it's like, what? Like almost every single episode has one of those moments where you're like, oh my god, like they did that. And I'm telling you, it comes back every single time. And you get different kinds of things. And every time you're like, oh, they did that? The Boys is really, really good. And it's stuff that you're not seeing in anything else right now.
Yeah, it's like one of the most unique things right now.
It's so cool. Go ahead.
One thing that like a lot of people say about it is that like it's kind of like Watchmen. And I can see that, but I think it's like Watchmen like for like our superhero craze right now, whereas Watchmen's more like superheroes in general and just the idea of superheroes. This is like superheroes now.
Yeah.
So
both kind of like take that realistic approach to superheroes, but yeah, they're definitely like probably different kinds of things, but the closest things that could be like related within superheroes, just because they're both kind of like just like a soapbox on it all. So, The Boys is really cool. I really like how they're able to get like people who would never be in superhero movies to be able to be in this kind of a show. Like they look like CW actors, but they're better. And they're there for that purpose. Yeah. Of like looking like the part, but not necessarily being it because it's all kind of satirical.
Yeah, it's like they get their own identity with this show because it's so different from superhero stuff right now.
Yeah.
So they're not just like knockoff CW actors because now they're doing something different with it. So now they're not just those CW actors; they're the Boys actors, kind of thing.
And that's kind of like how this show feels.
Yeah,
is like this show is like The Boys to the superhero, like to like the big corporation, which is like just like the Marvel machine and the superhero
DC stuff,
all that stuff going on right now. So it's just really cool to see like a smaller version of people you wouldn't necessarily see doing superhero things doing it in this show and doing it so well. Like you just like you look like the guy who plays Homelander. His name's like Anthony Starr, and like
I look like him.
No. I'm saying like you look at him.
Oh,
and it's
like
like
said I look like him. I was like what?
But he's like not that kind of like celebrity looking dude. Like he's like the good looking guy.
He looks like
he looked like he would be like a body double for someone.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be Superman on CW, or even like not even CW on like Fox.
Yeah, and they just kind of like nail that feeling with the casting in this.
Yeah,
of just like no, like this is like a play on superheroes, and that's really cool for the show. So I mean.
Yeah, we can't recommend it enough.
No, yeah, and I don't want to like I can't really go into everything. Yeah. Like we'll probably after we both finish, maybe we'll be able to come back and talk a little bit more spoilers just to kind of rave about it a little bit more.
Yeah, and go in depth with it.
And yeah, but The Boys is really good. Probably one of the best things you can be watching right now. So if you have Amazon Prime, go watch it.
It's only 8 episodes, which like in the grand scheme of like TV shows is very short.
Oh yeah, and it's a binge show. Like like this is a perfect binge show.
It's like it's very good.
Yeah,
go check it out.
This falls in the line of like your Stranger Things, those kinds of things, where it's like it's the same kind of length, the same kind of size, and just fun, good ensemble story. Yeah, it's easy. If I'm excited to see what Amazon Prime comes up with more now.
Apparently, there's a season 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. It seems like they're setting up for a season 2. Yeah. Towards the end of this first season.
Amazon Prime released a show directed all in all by Nicholas Winding Refn.
What is it?
Too Old to Die Young. It has Miles Teller in it. And it's like a 8 to 10 episode long TV show by Nicholas Winding Refn.
That sounds so good. Why is no one talking about it?
It got like I watched like the beginning 5 minutes. I was not in the mood for it because it's a Nicholas Winding Refn ass show, and it's like you know how he
and
is.
it's probably like 8 hours.
That's what I mean. Where it's like it's super auteur, like artsy fartsy bullshit type of thing.
Yeah,
but Yeah, it just got like kind of swept under the rug.
Oh shoot.
I never like heard anyone talking about it or anything.
Yeah.
And they have like kind of a, at least like from what I know, a good like repertoire of shows, like better than Netflix right
Yeah.
now. Like they have that one Homecoming show with Julia Roberts. That's
Mm-hmm.
like I think it's that. I think it's them, or it might be Hulu. I think it's Amazon though. But that was by the guy who made like Mr. Robot, and it like, has Julia Roberts and shit in it. And
That's interesting.
it's, I don't know. They have like good stuff on there that they don't really flaunt.
Yeah, TV shows just right now are like
They're
killing
cool.
it.
They're cool.
TV shows are owning the game right now.
Well, because like they're able to do stuff that like movies can't really right now, because
Yeah.
it costs so much to put a movie in theaters and like not enough people come out, but it's much easier to get people at home to watch these kind of shows
Yeah.
and these kind of stories. Like Euphoria, that wouldn't have been made, I don't think. I at least like from what I know of the show, it's like a super hardcore teen drama
Mm-hmm.
about like drugs and like it, like apparently it's a lot of grotesque nudity and all that kind of stuff. And you couldn't get that in the theaters just because like you need the box office return of like a just like a Fault in Our Stars type of thing, where it's like you need that teen audience to come in because that's your core demographic, because no one else is going to see that
Yeah.
thing. But if you have it on the internet on like HBO, people will watch it.
Yeah, especially those people who you need to go out to the theater.
Yeah.
like those teens that binge shows.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like it's just definitely like nowadays, like there's no real difference between getting on TV and getting on a movie.
No,
For sure, like it's just a different kind of way to tell the story.
No, I wish that it wasn't as long, but like
What are you saying?
just like it's more of a time investment to watch a TV show just on time alone. So I kind of like movies because they're like 2 hours long, whereas this is like 8 hours long.
Yeah,
It's but like for a great show, it doesn't really matter. It's just that like sometimes when you just get a good show, 8 hours is like a little bit harder to justify. It's like watching a okay epic.
yeah. I see what
So-
you're saying, but it's just like that's
It's a
kind of
different
it's
thing,
like
though.
the risk reward
Oh, yeah.
of like getting a longer story.
Yeah.
Just because it needs to be a longer story. Like that's like what The Boys is like this.
Oh, this needs to be like a long story.
Yeah, like that's the cool thing is like you're getting these kinds of stories being told through TV because they have like the clout and the money now to do that kind of thing that you wouldn't get or just wouldn't be done as well in a movie, which is so cool to see. So I'm so glad we have stuff like The Boys. I want to see Euphoria. You've been watching Mindhunter, right?
Yes, it's good. It's not. I like The Boys much better.
Mm-hmm.
Mindhunter's good though. I don't know how much longer I'll stick with it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have like a good pushing factor to the story where it's kind of like a story just happening, and it's not like a thing like a show where it's like you have like this cliffhanger ending that's like, oh, I need to watch that, kind of like The Boys or whatever. And they kind of just, it's just a show.
Is it like episodic? Is it like a different person each time?
No, it's not. That's the thing. It's not episodic, but it's also not like a Breaking Bad or a The Boys seemingly,
Yeah.
where it's like the story is literally like right into the next thing, where it's like, yep, the episode ended,
Yeah.
but it's like not the end of the show. It's just like not the end of that story or anything. It's just like, yep, the next thing is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's good, but it'll probably be replaced by The Boys as like my show to watch right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's pretty good though.
Yeah.
David Fincher is great. Like his directing and like the ideas in it and all that kind of stuff are great, with like the dialogue, the characters, and all that kind of stuff. It's just like a very well made show. It's just like the actual thing isn't like pushing me to like keep on going kind of thing.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. And it got like replaced by something better.
Yeah, like
No.
once I saw The Boys, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna watch that instead.
Yeah. Like that I had the exact same feeling. Where as soon as I started it, I was like, well, as soon as I heard like a little bit about it, because
Yeah.
I kind of needed that like give me just a little bit
Yeah.
of like what's gonna be in the show. And once like a couple friends like Brandon and Daniel were both raving about it because they had been watching it, they were just saying like little things like, dude, like this is how like the girlfriend starts off, like this is like what kicks off the story and everything. Just giving me like little moments of like, oh my god, oh my god, like just there are like moments in that show where it's like you need to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest thing. Is like The
Mhm.
Boys does that, where it's like it's giving you something you can't see anywhere else. And that's part of what's making it so great right now,
Yeah,
and why I'm so glad it's so popular.
You would never get a movie like that. Like
No.
especially with what they do and everything, you'll never get a movie like that in
No.
theaters. So,
Yeah, I'm so happy that The Boys is what it is.
me too.
It's so good.
Me
It's so
too.
good. But aside from TV shows, which are good right now, they're really good. We've got movie stuff going on.
Yeah.
We've got some movie stuff
A little
now.
bit.
We're gonna take a little different approach because what have we watched any new movies recently? I'm trying to think. Like I don't think I've even really watched that many because of The Boys. I've been watching that.
I think
Um,
I watched one movie.
What did you watch?
I watched this movie called Alita Battle Angel.
So tell me about Alita Battle Angel, just a little bit.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, not that bad, huh? It was that bad.
I'll give you a sound effect.
Okay.
And you want to know what Alita Battle Angel is? It's this. Yep, that's Alita Battle Angel. So Matt, what movie do you want to talk about?
Well, first, okay, so I haven't seen a lot of movies since last week since we recorded, but I did
Yes.
go back and see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood again. And very quickly, I think I need to make a little addendum to our review last week.
Are we going to delete the review last week?
We aren't going to delete the review because there are sound points made from both of us in
Yes.
terms of what this
And
of what Once Upon is.
My opinion hasn't changed yet.
Yeah, you haven't seen the movie again yet. I think your opinion will change when you see it again, but mine definitely did upon second viewing because I definitely last week I was kind of harping on things that I thought were much bigger than they really ended up being.
So you're saying that you love the movie now?
I really, really like the movie.
Will
I really
it get,
like it.
Will
Yeah.
it get the love?
I don't know. Maybe after a third viewing, because I do want to see it a third time.
Yeah.
Like I'll probably just keep warming up to this movie and keep liking it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of this movie that I love for sure.
Yes.
Like there are aspects and probably like a good portion of this movie that I love. It's not a
Yes.
perfect movie. I still think that like some of the things that we mentioned on last episode are still valid. They just in the grand scheme of what this movie is, they're much smaller. They take off a lot less. I had said something last week, like I think it's like a 7.5. I think that was like pretty harsh now, thinking back.
I give it like a 6.
Yeah. You give it like a 5 or a 6.
Like I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was saying like 7.5. It's much more like an 8.5.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
no.
a high ass score for this.
Yeah.
For this movie.
It goes way up. It goes way up. It's really good. So, I mean, yeah. Once upon, I don't know why. Just the second time around, after the first viewing, I knew I wanted to see it again. I definitely, like, I came out being like, it wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I want to figure out why. I want to see it again because I liked it enough to go back and visit the parts that I did love.
Mm-hmm.
Finally going back again and seeing it, I was like, okay, I actually do really like the majority of this movie. Like 90% of this movie I probably like.
Yeah.
There are just like little moments where I'm like, okay, maybe this could be different here. Like I think there is that portion in the middle. The reason why people have that dragging feeling is because you get that moment where it just goes Leo, Sharon, Leo,
Mm-hmm.
instead of going Leo, Sharon, Brad. Because there's like a pretty good rhythm to the movie where you're kind of floating around to each character. And there is a section of the movie where Brad Pitt isn't present and you feel it. And it's a minimal problem, but I felt it. And
Yeah.
I think everyone feels that where you're like, wait a second, it slowed down a bit. Like, I'm starting to feel the length of this movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's because Brad Pitt's out of it. So I think...
Well, that's what we were saying last week. There was like a good portion where Brad Pitt was just not in it.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not a long time.
No.
But just in the rhythm of this movie, you feel like you're like, wait a second, something's different here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting what I thought I was getting. And I think a Brad scene would have helped it. So it's a pretty minor thing. It's just like a minor thing that I felt affected the pacing of the movie. So I don't think it's a poorly paced movie. I think it's a long movie that flows better the second time around and could have even just been helped by a little bit more. Just by giving a little
Make
bit
it
more
longer?
add a Brad scene, and I think the pacing's better.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I think add a Brad scene and the momentum's better. I think maybe if it was just a few minutes longer, it might even be a little bit stronger.
Damn.
So
So Matty B
yeah.
is flipped his entire opinion on this movie.
Yeah,
That's
well,
insane.
I liked it the first time around. I wanted people to see it, but I didn't love it or anything.
Yeah.
And now going back, like, I was just like focusing on the negatives. Like with this movie, there's so much to love about it, and there's just a lot of love put into this movie that I'm like, wait a second, why do I care about certain things? You know?
Like what?
Like, I don't know, just why do I care that like Sharon Tate isn't what I wanted the first time around?
Yeah.
Because I think you need to go into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood knowing this isn't going to be a Charles Manson story. I think that's a big thing.
Because they not like they advertise the movie as a Charles Manson thing, but they do lead it on to be like you have the things of like Charles Manson in the trailer going like hi, when in the movie like they portray that in the trailer as like Charles Manson is here kind of thing, but like in the movie it's like he's literally just going like hello, and that's why it's like it's not a like obviously there's like a tinge of like he's scoping out the place kind of thing, and like there's like obviously stuff like that, but it's not like how it is in the trailers where you think that's like that's the story kind of thing. Yeah. So it's honestly, kind of like in the KK, not the KKK shit, in the Django Unchained trailers, they kind of let it on to be a different movie than what it was. And maybe that's on the marketing because both are by Sony, I think, and Sony. They have a weird marketing.
They make like
campaigns.
Disingenuous trailers.
They are such a weird marketers. Like they remember the Amazing Spider-Man trailers.
That's what I was thinking.
Like they literally gave away what was it? Like the end credits scene.
Yeah, they gave away moments. They just like lead you to believe that a movie's going to be something else. Excited me for Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I was gullible. No. And I don't know. They definitely, I think the problem with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just comes within like expectations.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to that. And I think Tarantino fans are let down because they expected something different, including myself the first time around.
Yeah.
And I think going back in, letting that all go and just trying to watch
the movie for the movie.
Just watch the movie for the movie. You'll enjoy it so much more.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone agreed with us the last time, like last week with the review,
fuck yourself.
No. Go back and see it again because I think you'll change your mind. Or I think you'll just see it with like a little bit of a different perspective.
Yeah.
So, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I now like it much more.
Do you give it a Matt 10 out of 10?
Not a Matt 10 out of 10.
How many Becks do you give it?
I'll give it still like maybe like 8.5 Becks.
It's a good rating system.
Give it 8.5 Becks out of 10.
That's a good rating system. We should just rate stuff on a Beck system.
Sure.
Let's do. I give it first viewing about 6 Becks. And you give it 8 Becks now.
Yep, I give it 8.5 Becks.
All right, so we have a new segment called Movie News Russian Roulette, Google style, where we can just go down Google and see what's going on in the world of movie news today. Let's go.
All right, so first story up, Sharon Tate is a woman in a Tarantino movie. It's complicated.
I agree.
She is a woman in a Tarantino movie.
What do you think she's a woman?
Maybe they're saying she's a woman. Why didn't she get any lines?
Maybe. I don't know, though, because we're not going to click on the actual news story. We're just going to read the headlines and move on.
Yes. So, Sharon Tate is a woman in a Tarantino movie. It's complicated. It is complicated. Now, we're going to skip that one because I don't know what that is.
Wait, what did it say?
Quentin Tarantino's Cosmic Justice. It's just an opinion.
Wait, is that Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds wrote the best insult in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's Bruce Lee fight scene.
I wish I could remember his insult.
Probably something like, I could beat you up.
That's probably one of the best insults I've ever heard.
Now, this is one we can probably actually talk about here.
Okay.
Venom 2 director Andy Serkis says Tom Hardy helped write the script. They're going to take the characters in another direction.
So, what the hell can you do with Venom?
First of all, Venom 2 has been confirmed to have Andy Serkis as the director.
Why?
We know this now.
Why?
It was down to a short list of Stephen Knight, who did Bumblebee.
And they went with Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis, who did Mowgli. Rupert Wyatt, who did Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
And they went with Andy Serkis?
They went with Andy Serkis.
Jungle Book?
Now, listen. He made Mowgli, not Jungle Book.
For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and
He is familiar with motion capture. Venom could be motion capture. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, but he's not a good director though.
I can't imagine Andy Serkis is the best director because he's a motion capture actor, and I feel like he's a motion capture actor who just has clout now.
Yeah, why?
So, I mean, he hasn't proven himself to me. I also don't give a shit about Venom 2.
That's true.
Like-
I mean,
like,
now
I
we
don't
can
care.
now we can just have it commit suicide. Basically.
I mean, well, like, honestly, reading this this headline is exactly what I'd expect out of Venom 2.
that's true.
Andy Serkis lets Tom Hardy help write the script.
Why is Tom
Like-
Hardy writing it?
I mean, it's just like they're just having fun with it. They're taking the characters in another direction.
yeah.
Hey, can you turn your music down, please? Because I'm having a really hard time.
Whatever.
What do you predict the new direction is?
I have no idea. I mean, maybe Venom is gonna just become like a whole good guy versus Carnage. Like maybe Venom is just like a good anti-hero. I guess like they kind of went for
Wait,
that.
was he a bad guy?
You come in here again. In fact, you go anywhere in the city preying on innocent people and we will find you and eat both your arms and then both of your legs and then we will eat your face right off your head. Do you understand?
Please.
Yes. So you will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
A guide to every theory about Rey's parents in Star Wars. Now, are you excited for this, Zach?
No, because they already answered it.
Do you want to know the truth about your parents? Or have you always known?
They were nobody.
Are we still talking about Rey's parents?
Yeah.
Why?
Mean, listen, they were what, like traders?
No, they were just drunks.
They were like trash people.
They're-
I don't
yeah,
know what they even said in the movie.
They were nobody.
No, you're still holding on!
It's so predictable what they're going to do. You know what they're literally going to do?
She's gonna be Palpatine.
No, they're going to say that she's Luke Skywalker's kids because Kylo Ren was lying to her by saying that they were a bunch of drunks because he didn't want her to know what her true powers were.
Right.
And
so
why are we still predicting it?
So what we're coming down to on this is Luke and Leia had a kid, which was Rey, the strongest,
Wait, Luke
the
and
strongest Jedi.
My sister has it. Yes. It's you, Leia.
Next story: Dark Phoenix and Galaxy's Edge hit Disney's bottom line, but Disney and many remixes are all... I can't read. Many remakes are on the way.
Great! I love it!
And also, I'm just gonna say here, Yahoo Finance, they put it straight. Dark Phoenix was a giant bomb that hurt Disney's earnings. But you know what?
Damn, I didn't predict that.
Every penny that Dark Phoenix lost, Disney's gonna offer its 3 streaming services in a package for $13 a month. So they're still gonna make money. So it's fine.
Wait, they're gonna give me every cent that they lost?
No.
Oh.
No, I was just kind of trying to spin it in a positive way.
Oh.
Basically, it's just saying Dark Phoenix didn't do well, but don't worry, Disney's still gonna make you pay for stuff. Let's see. This one sounds interesting. The new Addams Family trailer brings a little bit of goth to New Jersey.
What?
I have no idea what this headline's trying to say, but I want to speculate a little bit.
Okay.
Is New Jersey gonna start celebrating Halloween a little bit earlier? Like, is the new Addams Family is the new Addams Family trailer gonna be like a pushing point for like, we do need to change Halloween to Saturday so that everyone can go out
every Saturday.
Everyone can go out to the movies and see the Addams Family movie, and then tomorrow it's Halloween. So that's my those are my thoughts on it. Oh my God. Okay, wait. We've got another a crazy line from Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf says his Peanut Butter Falcon. The movie.
Wait. No, say that again.
Shia LaBeouf says his Peanut Butter Falcon co-stars were his salvation.
I thought you were talking about his dick.
Now, I've got a crazy one for you.
What's that?
Another person who kinda is known to go off the rails at times.
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage explains dinosaur skull fiasco and hunt for literal holy grail.
Say that again?
Nicolas Cage explains dinosaur skull fiasco and hunt for literal holy grail.
Say that again?
Nicolas Cage. Oh! Okay, we've got something serious now.
Oh.
Fast and Furious star Tyrese Gibson, the one we all know and love,
Yes.
slates The Rock for breaking up the family with Hobbs and Shaw.
Shit.
Scarlett Johansson's last scene in Avengers Endgame as Black Widow was much better than what we had, writers say. What were they planning originally to do with her?
They were gonna
other than that.
They were gonna have Thanos literally rip her head off, and Red Skull was gonna implant.
Like he was just gonna rip the Soul Stone out of her.
Yeah, like literally, it's like, okay, so they come back. You know, the beginning, everyone's sad, and Captain America walks in to the Avengers headquarters, and it's all like kind of dingy and dark, and he's like, "Where?" He's like, "Hello." He literally says, "Hello," and then a red light flashes in the corner, and he's like, "What is that?" The music builds up. It's like, you know who's there?
Who?
Black Widow. And then he's like, Natasha, or no, he says Tosh. And you know what happens? Natasha turns around, and she has the Soul Stone in her forehead, like Vision. And then Thanos literally rips it out right there, and that's the ending that they originally had, and it was much worse than the ending that they have now.
So that's what that story was about.
Yes, I read it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you kind of cheated then, because we're not supposed
God
to read.
damn.
The Joker movie is described as a cinematic achievement on a high level. Now, isn't that...
That was literal. It's a cinematic achievement on a high level. It's just on the fucking high level.
They literally can't reach the Joker movie. It's up there on the shelf, and I can't fucking reach it.
I can't reach the memory card that has the Joker movie on it. And they say, my cinematic achievements on a high level. And they're like, wow, it's really good. No, literally, my cinematic achievements on a high level.
Now, Woody Harrelson's career regret is passing up the iconic Tom Cruise role. Now,
which one?
because we don't go into details on this segment of the show, we have no idea what the Tom Cruise role is.
Which one do you think it is?
I'm gonna have to guess
Risky Business.
I mean, like, an iconic Tom Cruise role, I can't see Woody Harrelson doing Mission Impossible, so it probably wasn't that.
Ooh.
I think you're more on the line with Risky Business. Iconic Tom Cruise role, or maybe like Top Gun. I don't know. What could Woody Harrelson do that Tom Cruise couldn't?
Well, Matthew,
like,
just
how are
click.
they on the same level?
Just click it. Just click it.
I'm sorry,
click
I
it.
can't.
Click. No, click it. Click it. Click. Go up. Go up. Go up. Well, everyone, that was our new segment called Movie News Russian Roulette Google Style.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
So yeah.
So what else is going on, Zach? What else is new with you, sir?
Not much.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of chilling, you know. So, what other news do we have?
Well, I've got a little interesting thing that I want to get your opinion on.
What's that?
So, you know Twitch.
Yes, Twitch.
So, a new competitor has risen.
Periscope.
To fight. Definitely not Periscope.
No, it's actually the creators of Periscope remade the app, but switched around the letters. So it's like Sarah Pope.
Sarah Pope back with a vengeance.
And everyone's like, dude, this is a crazy app.
Whoa. Hey, have you heard of this new app, Scary Pope?
So
dude, wait, did you see this new live streaming service, Slippery Soap?
So what's the app?
So, Microsoft has come out with a live streaming service called Mixr. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That's been around for a while.
Okay, well, it's being more popularly used. Like, it's becoming like a counter programming to Twitch.
Okay.
So I was reading a story earlier that was saying how Ninja has now switched over to Mixr.
Because he got that Microsoft money.
Now he's got that Microsoft money.
Damn, Microsoft just pulled out all the stops for that.
No, actually, I'm not completely sure if he like switched over or if it's like if he's doing both now to kind of monopolize both. Because I imagine he still streams on Twitch. I don't know exactly what's happening, but it's an interesting thing to just think that Twitch has something threatening. Maybe not even completely threatening, but there are different aspects of Mixr that might be like attractive to some streamers.
So, what are the things that would be like good for streamers on Mixr?
So it seems like it's definitely like it might not be as optimized. Like as we kind of know with Windows, it's not always as optimized for like the like user friendly stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's as good as Twitch is in terms of like user interface and stuff, but it does have like co-streaming capabilities, which could be a big thing. Like in terms of like just having some celebrity on your stream. What if Ninja could go live next to Drake or something?
Wow.
So I mean that's
You
something
think-
that Mixer could.
That would be a strange reality. If you saw Drake and Ninja right by each other.
I
playing
know. I mean, like
Fortnite.
they've played together.
No, I know,
But
like,
now, like, if you could see both of them independently on the same screen.
But like, imagine if it was like a box of Ninja, and
Yeah.
then like the side is a box of Drake
Mhm.
playing Fortnite. That would be insane.
So I mean, that's just like that's one aspect. I don't know everything about Mixer. I haven't like done a huge amount of research or anything. But
That's cool though.
it's just interesting to see that like Ninja is now like existing on the Mixer platform and already has like over 1 million people over there. So I mean, like he's huge anyway. Regardless, but
That blows my mind to think that Microsoft really did something that smart to bribe him to come over to their platform. That is so smart.
And I guess there's also like they have like different different things. Like I know Twitch has bits and stuff. I don't know if this is like a counter to bits, but they have like experience points and stuff. Like it's like I think you can like level up on Mixer as a viewer. So I think there's just like different things to kind of like coerce an audience. But I mean, if Ninja's playing on Mixer, that's a lot of eyes on Mixer. So I don't know. I mean, Mixer could become like a serious competitor. I don't know too much about it, but I just thought I'd mention that. Just I thought it was interesting.
I don't know if it will, just because I think right now we're in a weird age right now. I think where it's like not many things are being taken over right now.
Mhm.
I don't think like it takes like a company going out of business like Vine to
Yeah.
really like have something take over.
Yeah.
So I think Twitch would have to literally like go out of business for something like a Mixer to take over because it's just too easy to go to like Mixer.
Mhm.
I meant to go to Twitch. I mean,
Just just like from habit.
Yeah.
Like, just so many people are already on Twitch. Why switch?
and it's like the people saying that Facebook is dying and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't think Facebook will ever like die out soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like it's too easy and they literally build like these algorithms to keep you locked in and addicted to it out of habit that like they can't go out of business because like they got you addicted to it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they will. I don't know if Mixer will really take over the game. It's kind of like the Vimeo thing. It'll just be like a separate thing for it, which is always good to have competition like that.
It might just be like some form of competition. I'm not sure exactly what's
But
coming for it.
It's good for that to be here though.
Yeah.
For the competition to be here because that pushes new stuff to come to Twitch and that pushes new things to come to Mixer and like for just new things to rise up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need competition for these like giant mega corporations to really like listen.
Sure.
So it's like the YouTube thing. Like no one's fighting YouTube, so they're just going down a dark rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Where it's like no one's able to touch YouTube, so they just feel invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vimeo is the only other one.
And no one uses Vimeo.
No, it's like art students use Vimeo.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's like 5% of the world. Yeah. That not even like 0.1% of the world.
It's not that much.
No, it's like you use Vimeo for like professional things, but you don't use Vimeo to like watch things.
No, it's just not as easy. Like,
No,
there are just easier things. Like I understand. Yeah, like I agree. Like Twitch is just easy. YouTube is just easy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Twitter.
I agree. Like, just like it's good to have like that counter. So, and it's interesting to see that Ninja even like made that jump over to Mixer. I don't think it's like a permanent thing. I haven't really read a lot into it.
Once the contract goes up, I think it's gonna.
It's probably just a
go
money
away.
thing.
Yeah.
But if it could like bring some other creators to Mixer, that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's something that's like kind of scary right now. Is that like I don't know how these big companies get taken over.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know how YouTube fails. Like I think these companies are like impenetrable right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least like to me, like I don't see something coming up along and being the YouTube killer.
Yeah, I think it's just like a phase has to come through.
Yeah.
Or like it's more just like new things just replace the same thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like how like TikTok replaced Vine.
But that's because Vine went away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like just like some like when things die out, it just gets replaced.
Yeah. But
So-
like I don't know if YouTube will die out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just too ingrained in us. But also like people probably said that about like cable television. And like it's like I mean cable isn't dying out right now, but it's like slowly going down. But Netflix will eventually die out, I think. That's one that like I don't think is impenetrable.
Mm-hmm.
Which we talked about a lot before.
Yeah. But I mean, that was just a little thing I had to say. Is there anything else that's going on with you?
Well, no. I mean, I don't know. I'm in a weird punk phase where it's like, man, fuck everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess I'll ask you, how are you doing today?
how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. I am in a phase where I like looking into things that are being like sheltered from the general populist type of thing, which is really really pretentious of me to say. I'm sorry.
But like, what do you mean?
I like researching communism right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know. I like researching like the things that people generally don't like right now. Like I want to see what it is. That's why I watched Alita Battle Angel, because I'm like, you know what? Let me see why this is garbage. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty garbage. But it's
like now you know why.
Now I know why. So yeah, I don't know. I've been in that mode right now where I like researching that kind of thing.
That's cool.
But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty good lately. I've honestly I've just been kind of enjoying like the little things. I think again.
Yeah.
I've kind of just gone back to playing pickleball
Mm-hmm.
and watching the boys and going longboarding.
Yeah.
And it's like these are like the moments where I'm just like, this is kind of like what I want to do right now.
Yeah, like the little pickleball games and like hanging out with friends and everything.
Like just like the simple things like that where I'm like, you know, this is just good.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels good to go out and do something. So
yeah. I felt really good. A little commentary on last week's episode. I felt really good after making the thing last week.
Yeah,
I
like
felt,
the little intro.
Yeah, I felt really good.
Yeah, me too.
That was like the first moment in a while where I was like, yeah. Like I felt like I was like back in the swing of things kind of thing. Where I'm like, damn, like I feel good doing this and everything. It kind of like showed why I wanted to do, why like I want to make movies and all that kind of stuff, because of like the experience of just making that video was so much fun.
Yeah.
To make with like all the blood and everything, like the friend aspect of like making these videos are like super fun, and just like screwing around and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, like I want to make more stuff like that, make more like goofy things like that and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like making that video I thought was super fun.
Yeah, I think that definitely also like contributed to why I had a lot of fun just doing like the simple things.
Yeah.
Was I was like, okay, cool, like we did like a little video. Now it's like I can also just do this and like not feel guilty for doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
But also like that it like this episode is like more edited and everything, but like a little commentary from behind the scenes. Like it's fun to edit this kind of stuff and everything. And like make these more like fun videos. Like it's fun to make these kind of like things. But yeah, no, like doing that last week was very helpful for me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
good.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did that whole intro and everything.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I want to keep doing more for this, especially
like just doing more like different ideas, putting it into the podcast and just videos in general and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, because I think that's definitely something that kind of like came up with that was just the feeling of, okay, cool, like this doesn't necessarily have to be like what the podcast is.
Yeah,
like it's cool to like have that with the podcast, but it's more like opening up the idea of like, oh, should we just do something else and the podcast?
Yeah.
So that's like a cool thing. It's just like kind of experimenting right now with like, oh yeah, like we can just do like a few different things.
No, yeah,
and just mess around with it. And like right now, we're definitely we're going through a phase where we're like about to leave again, and like we kind of have to like reestablish it all. But maybe with reestablishing it all, we'll just like come back and introduce some new things. So it is exciting.
Yeah, this is the second to last episode on this set.
Yeah, things are gonna change.
Yeah,
we're
gonna have this set no more, or it's gonna be a completely different set, I think.
Yep. So this is the phase. This is a phase.
It'll be. It'll bring some new things, I think. So,
I agree. But yeah, I mean, this has kind of been episode 30 of the Wolfpack podcast, right?
Episode 30 of the Wolfpack podcast. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Still on this set, but not for too much longer.
Not for too much longer.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.